Hi guys, the summer travel season is officially here and we're seeing record high gas prices.
So we want to share with you 5 tips that we use to help offset the cost of fuel right now. So right now the main way we save gas is through our grocery store discounts. And what we mean by that is here locally in Texas we use a store called Kroger, and they offer a fuel savings program. For every $100 you spend, you save 10 cents on gas. Now that doesn't seem like a whole lot, but you can add it all up to save up to $1 per gallon on gas.
And that's huge right now.
Yeah, you may think that spending $100 just to save 10 cents a gallon really isn't worth it, but we're going to show you a couple ways that you can add up those points fast and save up to $1 at the pump. So the first way obviously is to buy your everyday groceries. The money you spend there will add up into your fuel points.
And also, buying groceries now is more expensive, so you might as well get something out of it. You're paying a high price at the grocery store. You can get some of that back and save it on your gas.
Absolutely. And one thing that we love about Kroger is that if you buy gift cards, you can get 2 times the points on fuel. And actually in summertime around holidays too, they do 4 times for gift cards. Now you think, okay, what am I to buy a gift card for? But here's what we do. If we need to make a major purchase, say on Amazon or Academy, we'll go and buy a gift card and we'll get those fuel points. So anytime you're thinking about buying something online, see if you can get a gift card that will actually benefit you at the fuel pump.
Or if you buy gift cards for gifts for your friends or family, go to somewhere like Kroger that will give you points for that, and then you can save that right back on your gas.
Another way too is that if you have a monthly bill that, say for example your cell phone bill, and they have a service payment card, well guess what, those will count towards your fuel points too. So in the long run they're going to stack up really fast. So 10 cents here, 10 cents there adds up to that $1 pretty quick if you're buying all your purchases from there.
Yeah, it really does.
Now Kroger is pretty much nationwide. They're under a variety of different names, so just look them up. We're not affiliated in any way, shape, or form. We're just trying to give you guys information to help save you money.
All right, next up, membership clubs. Sam's and Costco, those are the 2 that we have. And you can save quite a bit on your gasoline purchases at those clubs.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing that we just recently discovered is Walmart Plus. So it is another monthly fee of $12.95, just like your Amazon Prime. But right now at the gas pumps, if you use the Walmart Plus at their branded pumps and other pumps that they're affiliated with, you can save up to 10 cents a gallon each time.
And that's huge. And also when we make purchases with our Sam's credit card, either in-store, at the pump, other retailers, we do get cash back with that particular credit card. And we'll talk about other credit cards in a minute. But the Sam's card has been really great because we're always having to buy gas. Who isn't? You know, so it really saves you money.
Yes.
And you see that when you go to make a purchase. It will tell you how much you've saved so far, and if you want to use that money for your current purchase, like in store.
Now we're seeing a lot of people online, they're canceling their summer trips. You know, these high fuel prices, they're scaring them. We understand that completely.
Yeah, it's put a kink in everybody's travel plans right now.
But with our next tip, route planning. So there are a couple of things that you can do to help maximize your fuel efficiency going on your trip. Now we use the planning app RV Trip Wizard, which is part of the RV Life family. When using their trip planning app, what you'll do is you'll set up all your personal information, how much per gallon you get on your tow vehicle, how long is your travel trailer, your fifth wheel. So when you type in your point A to point B, it's going to calculate the route. It'll tell you specifically how many miles you have to drive, how long it's going to take you. That way you can choose the best route that works for you. And also in conjunction with that, we also use the app called Gas Buddy. Now, pretty much nowadays, everybody knows what Gas Buddy is. But did you know that in the Gas Buddy feature, you can put a destination mode in, and you can see all the gas prices along the way. So if you use that in conjunction with your trip planning app, then you have a better picture of, okay, where are the cheaper gas prices? How far can I go on this tank of fuel before Do I have to get expensive gas, or can I make it a little bit further and save money? So
yeah, because you can zoom in on a specific area and figure out all the gas stations on your route and see, you can plan it out as to which one's going to be the cheapest for you. It's really great.
RV Trip Wizard is an amazing planning feature. You know, we use it to plan all of our trips. That way we know exactly where we're going. You know, another feature I didn't cover is that it'll tell you, you plug in the height of your RV. So it'll find you only roads that your RV can go on. That is huge.
Yeah, you don't want to go somewhere and come upon a bridge and kind of have to guess at whether you're going to fit underneath it. Don't ever guess. Know before you go. And RV Trip Wizard helps immensely in that department as well. And we do have a link for it down below. And we will say that it is totally worth the money you spend yearly on it. All right, next we're going to talk about speed and your tire pressure. Now, everybody knows that the slower you go, the better your gas mileage is going to be. Speeding, you're going to be guzzling gas even more. So keep it at, 65 max, and you'll be doing yourself a favor. Sometimes we keep it at 60, and it does help. And nowadays, who doesn't want to save that money? It's very easy to do. Just set your cruise control and you're good.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows their vehicle. If you've towed long enough, you know what you get. Play around with it. Drive 60 miles an hour, then drive 65 miles an hour. See how much fuel you're using, and then go off of what you think's best for your rig.
Yeah, go off what works best for you. And going that little bit extra under what you used to go doesn't really change a huge amount as far as when you're going to get to your destination, but it can save you money in the long run.
And when we're talking about tire pressures, we're not just talking about tire pressures on your tow vehicle. We're talking about tire pressures for the camper, for the tow vehicle, everything. So it's all related. For your rig, you want to make sure that you're at your manufacturer's set tire pressure so that you get the optimum gas mileage.
And what that means is you want to check your tires when they are cold, like in the morning, not been driven on at all. You want to set it at the max cold pressure. So if your tires for your RV say they require 80, then you want to set it at 80 when the tires are cold.
Absolutely. And also it's going to give you longevity in your tires.
Oh yeah.
All right, so our last tip for you guys is credit cards. Now, we recently took a trip to Zion, and one thing that we did is we had a credit card that still had an introductory offer of 0% interest rate. So we put all of our fuel purchases on that credit card, and you know what? We actually got cash back on that credit card as well as 0% financing.
Yeah, and as long as you pay it off within that introductory period, you don't owe that interest, and we're getting cash back. So it's a win-win situation. So looking for credit cards that have 0 interest or cash back, or both in our case, is huge.
Yeah, we're seeing a major influx in credit card companies trying to incentivize cash back on gas purchases. So keep an eye out for those. And you know what, if you're on the fence about that big trip, but you know that you can finance it at 0% and get cash back, it's a win-win.
But just be careful. It is a credit card, and you can go down a slippery slope of a rabbit hole with that one. So, if you don't like credit cards, by all means, don't do that. Just use cash for everything. But in some cases, credit cards are good to have.
All right, and that's a great point, because there are gas pumps out there that actually give you discounts for paying with cash as opposed to paying with credit. So having a little bit of cash on hand while you're traveling is always a good idea. But this way you might be able to save a little bit more at the pump as well.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Yep. All right, guys, so I've got one more bonus tip for you, and that is when you're filling up at a gas station, you really want to fill up in the morning time when it's cooler and those gas vapors haven't built up with the heat of the sun, especially in summertime.
With the gas vapors, you're putting your gas in, but when it's going in, it's creating vapor, and that vapor gets taken back out by the gas pump because they're designed that way. But the more vapor you create, the less gas you're actually getting in your tank. So it's also good to pump a little bit slower than you would normally. Most people put the pump in their tank, squeeze it all the way, hook it down, and just let it go. But maybe just notch it down one so it goes a little bit slower. I know everybody's in a hurry all the time, but that actually can save you even the smallest amount, you know, and it helps though.
And also be aware of pumping gas when they're refilling the tanks. When you see the tanker trucks out there, when they're pumping the fresh gas in, it's churning up the tanks, and you might get sediment, dirt, stuff into your gas tank, which is going to clog up your fuel filter.
It'll clog up your fuel filter and your fuel injectors. That's hard to say. Yeah. We've definitely had that happen before, and so if we see a tanker truck, usually we try not to stop right then, or we go to a different gas station.
And another thing too is, like Rhonda said, fuel injectors. So we always try to run some type of fuel cleaner in our tank.
A fuel treatment of some sort, some STP, some Seafoam, or something like that you can pick up at Walmart, or even Dollar Tree sometimes has stuff, and just pop it in the tank each trip that we go on. You know, if you're full time, you know, maybe twice a month or something, you can do that, and it does help.
Yeah, especially if you have to stop and get gas from a unknown brand, you know, and you're not quite sure where that gas is coming from, but you have to put it in because you need it. So
those middle of nowhere towns, not to slight those because I love them, but you never know exactly when and where their gas has come from. So, you know, that's something to think about too.
Yeah, you might just want to keep a bottle in the truck or in your vehicle just to make sure that if you're not sure, just throw it in to help clean out that fuel. So that's going to do it for us today, guys. We hope you found the information useful. If you like our content, please subscribe. We're on the push to 1,000, so help us out.
And if you have any extra tips on how to save on fuel that we haven't mentioned, please let us know down in the comments so we can share it with everybody else and maybe save somebody else some, you know, some money here and there. 2 cents helps.
Absolutely. I mean, even if you're not an RVer, but you know, you have a great tip on saving gas, let us know. Put it down in the comments. You know, we all have to get through this together. We can't survive without fuel. I mean,
and we got to get where we're going. So
we hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see you later.
Bye.